Hello, this video here is looking at Overrated, page 2 to be precise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down section by section. So you've got section D and section E, and basically go through them bit at a time, add it all together, yeah, this should help with your practicing and learning at home. So section D, it's very simple because the first two lines are the same thing, the same bar, repeated 4 times. And it's just a crash, 1, 2, 3, crash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. Now, there is an extra bass drum as you start that at 6. It's on the 3 of 6. If we've done that in your lesson, great, keep doing it. If you haven't done that in your lesson yet, don't worry. You can add that in eventually. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to add it in now. However, the first time I played it, I did it without. But I will be putting it in. So you've got the same thing 4 times. So first 2 lines of that section are dead simple. It's just this. Now, obviously, if you have 2 crashes, you can go between up to you. Okay. The next line, it's a consim section or develop section, is it? Maybe. Yeah, develop. So what you've got is you've got 1 bar, and it's kind of a take on the groove that you covered in section B, but we're moving a bass drum out of it. So you've got this. That's your bass and snare pattern. The first beat's on your crash, then you're coming over to the hi-hat. That's all you have, okay? You've then got 7 bars of development. Now, the key I always say is, for a development section, look at the bar that you've been given to develop, and then look at the bar that you're going to be starting after that development section. So if we're looking ahead to the next part, section E, we're going back to the main groove we've covered in section B then. Now, the 2 main differences there are the bar you've been given to start on only has 2 bass drums. It's also heavily based around the hi-hat, okay? So basically what I'm saying is we've got to develop that bar to the point that it would flow seamlessly into a crash-orientated groove with the 3 bass drums, not the 2. So things you can do is gradually build it to that. Maybe add 3 bass drums at a time. Things like that. You could add a random crash. At some point, you could play the groove you've been given in that first bar, but play it on the crash. And if you do a mixture of all of those things, really, over those 7 bars, it will create a seamless sort of a seamless development from the beginning of section, the beginning of that line to the beginning of the next section, which is section E. Okay, so I'm going to play you something. Now, as always, don't just watch what I've done and copy it. This is my development, and every time I play this, it'll be different anyway. I'm going to play you something that you can kind of hear. Then we'll go back, we'll add the first 2 lines to it, and then we'll move on to the next section. So, here we go. So what did I do there? Well, I tried to incorporate the crash, sometimes with just a snare. Then by the end of it, I moved the groove to the crash cymbal itself. I added some bass drums, I took away some bass drums. I did even sometimes add in a little fill on the snare drum to make that a little bit more dynamic and a little bit different from time to time. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is do both parts of that section now. So the crash, snare, crash thing, and go straight onto that part, the development section. So this is all of section D, then we're going on to section E. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. again, I did the same sort of thing, changing up the bass drum pattern, adding in some crashes, stuff like that. But it was entirely different from the last time I did it. If you want to put something together that you're going to play every single time, totally fine. If you're like me and you'll just change it up, totally fine. Nothing wrong with either option. Okay, the next section. So the next section is fairly straightforward. We're going back to the rhythm that we had in section B, the bum, bum, bum. Yeah. So we're going back to that rhythm, and then we sort of change it up to where the bass drum and snare drum are kind of like doing this sort of offbeat thing. So bar by bar, we're going to build it up. So the first bar, we're doing like snare on every beat with a crash. But we get a bass drum on the last one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So then the next one, we're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4 and. And the next one, we're doing 1, 2, and 3, and 4 and. And then by the last one, we're doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if I put all of that together, you get this. Okay, so that's that 4 bars. So the first 4 bars are just your normal groove. Note for note what we've already had in section B. Then we're into this one. Okay, so quite straightforward, I'd say. And then the last two lines, we have basically got what we've just covered at the top of this page in section D. If you've got your crash, 1, 2, 3, crash, but then you've got to fill in the next part with your own fill, right? So before we had crash, 1, 2, 3, crash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But now that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 can be anything you want. Now, I know that sounds tricky because you might not know what to put in. The obvious thing is to keep doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but change it to a different drum. And you could theoretically just do that same rhythm, but change the drums every time. Sorry, I hit my microphone on one of those, so there's a snare missing. But you see what I mean? You could change it up. However, you could just change it completely. Now, I know I kind of just went a bit random, but that's the point. You can do whatever you want as long as it fits in to the 3, 4. So bam, 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 3, 4, dum, da, 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 dum, 3, 4. You've got to keep it into just 2 beats. Yeah. So I'll do it again. This time I'll change it up even more, so you can use it as inspiration. Don't copy, but use things for inspiration. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a couple of different examples, just things you could try. Again, try and come up with your own things. If you are stuck, you can keep it da 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 da. Just move the drums around. Completely up to you. Okay, we're going to do that whole section now, and then what we're going to do is put the 2 together and do the whole page. So, starts off with the rhythm on the crash. Here we go. think I'm putting in an extra fill before it goes into that 1, 2, 3, 4. Apologies, I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, that's a good example. A couple of different fills in there as well to use as inspiration. Going to go back and do it from the top of the page, so you get both sections back to back, and that'll be us for this video. So from the crash, crash. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you have it. So that is page 2, sections D and E of Overrated. Hopefully this helps. If you've only done one of these sections, don't go across to the other one. If you've not even made it this far, you shouldn't have been watching for the last 12 minutes, so please don't. But hopefully that helps. If you've got any questions, you know where to find me. Email, Google Classroom, all of that stuff. And I'll see you in your next lesson. Bye-bye.